Hey everybody, it's Drake back here at Ocko Microfarms with Tim and Christine. And this will be our last PawPaw Cultivar review for this segment. And Tim, what do we have now?
All right, well, this one is Tallahatche, which is Neil Peterson's latest release. It was put out in 2018. It's been passed around in PawPaw circles for some time because it's got a unique and exquisite flavor to it. This is in my top 5. It is a relatively sweet cultivar, similar to Tropical Treat. It's a little bit different in flavor though, so.
Well, can I just ask you, you've mentioned, I think, Neil Peterson?
Neil Peterson.
A few times. Who is he and what is his deal with pawpaws?
Is the eminent pawpaw breeder in the U.S. Whenever people talk pawpaw cultivation, his name is the go-to person, and he's a personal friend of mine. He's a great guy, delightful man, and he's been at it for many decades now.
So he's like the Johnny Appleseed of pawpaws?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
The Johnny Pawpaw seeds?
Exactly, so.
Awesome, okay.
Let's break into Tallahatche and see exactly. Yeah, this one's a little underripe too, but the flavor should be there.
Yep, we're getting definitely fruity notes more than like a banana or caramel on this one.
I'm getting a little similarity to Tropical Treat, but you'll notice the similarity in the high-end flavor. But it's not exactly the same.
And again, just for disclosure here, this is not as ripe as maybe some of the other ones.
And that's a problem we have in New England with our shorter summers. You know, we don't have enough heat hours to fully ripen the fruit, but they do develop flavor and the seeds do become mature. So.
And also, once they're picked, they will still ripen off.
Only a little bit.
Yeah.
They're non-climacentric, whatever the word is. I'll send you the word. They don't ripen off the tree really because they don't produce a lot of ethylene once they've been picked.
So similar to bananas.
Yeah, similar to bananas, you know, so.
So again, this has a very pale yellowish white flesh. Oh.
Nice, right?
Yeah, yeah. All right, so I have to say, going into this video, I had my mindset as far as my favorite being the Atwood, but I have to say, for a not quite as ripe fruit, I've had a few really good experiences so far in these segments with different flavors that have been just outstanding and even rivaling that sweetness level. While these, I'll have to say, the unripened ones aren't as sweet as the fully ripened ones. That's not to discount the fact that they taste amazing. One of the things that I noticed as far as, and I've mentioned this in some of my other videos when it comes to Americans are used to a super high sweetness level in everything. What I found traveling overseas is that's not the way it is almost anywhere else in the world. And when you get the desserts and you try the things there, from my experience in Europe and Southeast Asia, the sweetness notes are toned way down because they're not using as much sugar. Americans with our high fructose corn syrup and like we equate flavor with sweetness a lot of times.
Yep.
Like candy bar, but it's almost like a sick, saccharine sweetness when compared to the light flavor sweetness of Asian and European desserts and foods. So I would almost compare that to the pawpaw, where it's like this is like probably the best time to eat it because it's not overly sweet. However, the American in me loves it when it's overly ripened because the sweetness just comes pouring out. Yeah. So almost similar to a banana in the ripening stages. Like.
I find that one a little too sweet, actually.
Yeah,
I like the flavor of it, but it was borderline too sweet for me.
That one's it's closer to a cherimoya in flavor than many.
Yeah.
A cherimoya is kind of the benchmark I use to measure pawpaw flavors. And if you haven't had a cherimoya, so you don't know. But they're around in winter, and I'll make sure you get one this season.
Awesome.
They're super good.
The other fun thing about them is when you get two seeds like this, it kind of looks like an owl inside.
Yeah, it does.
So.
I should have worn my owl back.
Oh, well, you know, next time. So, yeah, all right. So, yeah, I can't pick a favorite or a winner. Going back to my American, like, longing of sweetness, my favorite is still the very ripened Atwoods the banana, light banana tones, but the higher caramel vanilla tones, and the almost like sloppy insides when it comes right down to it, really just, I can't get over that. However, I really would look forward to trying some of these in the more ripened stage as well. So I'll have to say, Atwood's still my favorite, but I'll have to say, wait until next season and we get some other ripened ones to give them a try. All right, so so this is the last in this segment, as I mentioned. Any thoughts, wrap-up thoughts about PawPaws in general, this cultivar in general?
Well, the main thing I have to say about PawPaws is that if you tried a wild fruit, chances are you haven't tried the full breadth of PawPaw's flavor capacity. So wild fruits are hit or miss. You get 1 in 10 that's outstanding, maybe 5 out of 10 that are palatable, and then the rest are just kind of meh. So if you really want a good experience with PawPaw, I say try the cultivars and start with maybe Shenandoah or Tropical Treat, the first one being the easier one to find. But yeah, the cultivars are the way to go with PawPaw. You get great flavor, few seeds, and just have a positive experience in general when compared to the wild fruits. So
That's actually a really interesting point. I think a lot of times, even myself, I will try something one time and think I don't like it and then just dismiss it completely, when there's like potentially a whole range of different flavors that come along with them. And that's an important, I think, thing to remember.
Yep.
So as I've mentioned in my other videos, and if you haven't seen it yet, it should be up. I have a whole thing on the Ocko Microfarms. You can kind of check out not just the PawPaws, but their entire range here. They sell eggs, they have honey when the bees are around, and they have PawPaws. So if you are interested in getting PawPaws, do you have PawPaws still available this season?
We're just running out. These are the last ones yet.
So next season.
Next season we'll have a lot of PawPaw, yeah.
Yeah, so next season I'm going to have, so Tim also has a channel for the farm as well. What's it called?
Ocko Microfarm.
I think it's Aku Farm
Ocko Farms.
There we
to make
go.
it easy.
Right.
Make it easy.
So I'm going to link that down in the description as well. Please like and subscribe to their channel. And again, next season, if you guys are in the New England area, you can have an opportunity to get not only some awesome PawPaws, but also, do you guys actually have persimmons for sale and stuff like that too? So persimmons?
Persimmons, PawPaws, sometimes beach plums.
Asian pears.
Asian pears. It completely depends on what came in.
Nice.
You know, so.
And little spoiler alert here, we will be doing some persimmons in our next segment. So thanks again, Drake, for that big bearded American tourist. And as I mentioned before, this is my shortest trip yet, as I live less than half a mile away from Tim and Christine. So thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you next time.